Alright, so now we're going to look at sound and how we can make the doors make a noise when they open and close. Now unfortunately the UDK doesn't have wooden door sound built in, and I'm not going to go through the process of making a sound for the UDK. I've never done that. But let's look at one of the pre-built-in sounds in the UDK and work around that issue and look at how we can script it using Kismet. Okay, and one other thing, you know those instructors that always say take notes? This is the time where you take notes, and then I'll show you how to make a snippet, and then you can post that snippet somewhere where you can always look at it, maybe print it out somewhere, because you'll be using this all the time. I can't stress that enough. So please take notes. And I'll show you how to do that here in a sec. Here's my Kismet window. And then I also need my content browser. Now, in order to find these magical sounds, you type in door at the top. And here's the full thing. So make sure all assets, then door, and then click sounds. And then I have these 4 sounds. I have start, open start, open stop, close start, close stop. Okay, so let's get these into Kismet. This one takes a while. So we start out like this. Right click, new action, sound, play sound. Okay, let's name this one object comment. So we'll go open start. Oop. Just like that. And I'll try to zoom in here so you can see this. There's open start. I'll use Alt or Control C, Control V. There we go. Control C, Control V will allow me to do this. And then down below I can name this one opening, as in this is a sound as it's opening throughout. Okay, then I can hold Control, Control C, Control V, hold Control again, and I'm just going to name this one close start. And closing. Cool. So now let's just add our sound cues to these, now that they're all here. So here's my close start. Highlight it, go to close start and hit the green arrow. Let's go to opening. Let's go to down below, open, oops, did I do that right? No, open start right there. So open start. Click on that one, open start. Click on this one, open stop. Click on this one, open stop. Close start. Click on this one, hit close start, and then I need close stop, and close stop. There we go. So whatever you want to do, you could name this open start, close start, open stop, close stop, if that really helps you, and I think that would help me. So that way when you take notes, you'll know exactly where things go. Perfect. Okay, now sound comes from something, and we need to specify what that thing is. Just spreading these out a little bit. That thing is going to be the door itself. So I could take this door, this is the interactor, Control C, Control V, and place it right here. And I'll keep making copies and put one per node. Control C, Control V, Control C, Control V. Just like that. And I'll attach those to the target. So now when the player hears the sound, it's coming from the door. Then, for my open start, that starts by going from touch. And to tidy this up, I can just kind of move this here. That way the lines aren't crossing. But you're going to get crossing lines regardless. There's nothing about that just other than it's easier to see in your notes. For the open stop, that's going to be played via the completed. Whenever I'm not touching it, it's going to play the close. And whenever it's reversed, it's going to play the stop. Perfect. Now here's the bad side. I'm going to have to do that down here also. So what I can do is either run the wires up, and that might be a hot mess, or I can make copies. I really would prefer to have it all as one network rather than two copies, but before I do that, what I want to do here is show you the snippet tool. So organize this network as best you can. Make sure there's hardly any wires that are overlapping by holding Control. Also make sure it fits all in one area so I can read it and it's still viewable. The further I can zoom in, the better the words look. So there we go. I think that looks pretty nice. You can launch the snippet tool by going to Snippet Tool and click New. And then you can go like this. There we go. So that's the formula for triggering sound. And we can try that out by just going below, into the game, and see what happens. Now I believe that's the trigger for the back of the door. So let's click on that. Perfect. Now if I go this way, no sound. Except for when I hit that trigger, right? That's the only bad thing about a dual wielding door. Eventually you're going to hit that trigger. And unfortunately there's no real good way to get around that, because you can't say trigger is only triggered in one either negative or positive Z. So it only fails if you have a dual wielding door. Well, other than that, it looks pretty good. And it doesn't really fail, it just has a little click. So in order to copy that, again, you can either copy paste it or you can go like this. Move all these nodes up because they're the same sound. This one goes to touched. This one goes to completed. Open stop. Untouched. Reversed. And again, try to organize this so it doesn't look so bad. Just by spreading out the network, it helps. Alright, so now let's play that, make sure it works. Right click, play from here. Perfect. Alright, so there is how you add sound to a double dual door, and how you add sound to a single dual door, or a single door too if you just used it once in Matinee. I hope you enjoyed.